Today I'm reviewing the Panasonic FZ80 Super Zoom camera. Now in the world of super zoom cameras, the FZ80 is one of the few that shoots 4K video, and I'll be testing the 4K video quality in a minute. On the outside, the FZ80 has a very familiar Panasonic look to it. It's equipped with a 60x zoom lens that can be zoomed in and out using the toggle button that surrounds the shutter button. The controls on the top of the camera are also very familiar for anyone who has used a modern Panasonic. The mode dial with the on-off button is also identical to ones on cameras like the FZ1000 and Panasonic G7. I also love the position of the movie record button, which is really easy to access. The 3-inch screen on the back is bright and crisp and even works well outdoors. However, the only thing I do miss is having an articulating screen. This one is fixed, so changing screen angles to get more creative shots or even selfies and vlogs is much tougher. The menus on the camera are laid out in typical Panasonic fashion and are very intuitive. The controls and buttons on the back are also neatly laid out. Another really useful feature is the camera's electronic viewfinder. While it certainly isn't the best viewfinder on the market, it's very handy when shooting pictures and videos outdoors. I also love how the camera handles, thanks to its well-designed deep grip. The build quality is also solid, despite the fact that it's made mostly of plastic. The FZ80's battery and SD card are situated in this compartment on the bottom. I do advise getting at least a UHS Class 3 card if you plan to record 4K video. I'll leave links to some cards that'll work with this camera right below the video. When it comes to charging the battery, this can be done using the provided wall adapter and USB cable, which plugs into the side of the camera, right next to the micro HDMI port, which can be used to connect it to a TV or monitor. When it comes to charging the battery, I always recommend getting a standalone battery charger like this one, so you can swap out batteries and charge them as needed. I'll leave a link to one I recommend right below the video as well. The FZ80 can also be mounted on a tripod, and this can be pretty useful, as you'll see when we test the video quality. The camera is also equipped with a pop-up flash in case you plan to take photos in low light conditions. Rather surprisingly, it also comes equipped with a hot shoe mount on top. The FZ80 has a 1/2-inch sensor, the kind you'd find on a high-end camcorder, and it takes pictures as large as 18 megapixels. As you can see from these pictures, the quality is actually pretty good. The pictures are sharp, correctly exposed, and the color reproduction is decent. The color is definitely not as accurate as you'd get from Canon cameras, but is very good. You can't expect the image quality of larger sensor cameras like the FZ1000 or Panasonic G7, but it performs very well against its direct competitors. And the low light performance is also fair considering its sensor size. When it comes to video quality, the two major selling points for the camera are 4K video and its 60x zoom capability. The 4K video quality is pretty good, though not as good as cameras like the FZ1000 or Panasonic G7, but definitely as good as direct competitors like the Nikon B700. The 60x zoom is also really useful to shoot wildlife and birds, as you can see in these shots. I'm really not a big fan of the image stabilization though. It works decently for photos, but isn't very good for video. It's not very smooth, and the video isn't all that stable when zoomed in all the way. If you do plan to use it for long zooms, I recommend investing in a monopod to stabilize it a bit more. I'll leave a link to one I recommend in the description below the video. So should you buy the Panasonic FZ80? That really depends on what you're looking for in a camera. If you're looking for an inexpensive camera to shoot wildlife photos and video and really need the 60x zoom, the FZ80 is a great option for the price. However, if you don't need as much zoom capability, I'd recommend paying a little more and getting the Panasonic FZ300, which gives you a very useful articulating screen, a better lens, and better optical stabilization. I'll leave links to both cameras right below the video in case you're looking to buy one. If you own any one of these cameras, please share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to know what your experience has been. Hope this review has been useful. If it has, please hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews, unboxings, and how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.